Hi everyone, I'm Apollonia Ponti, your dating and relationship coach. I'm so happy to do this video. I'm sure you can tell. It's about how to manifest love, and this video is so personal to me. It's so near and dear to my heart. I teach it with clients. I do it in all my workshops with clients, and I've had fantastic results with clients, and also I have done this in my own life, and I'm here to share the story with you. I know a lot of my content is designed around giving you guys advice, but I also wanted to produce content so I can be more personable with you. If this is your first time joining my channel, welcome. And if you are a subscriber, I say thank you to you. You are the reason why I keep on creating content, and I wanted to thank you. In this video, I'm going to give you steps on how to manifest love. It's all really about the law of attraction. The law of attraction is an energy that we all have within us. Us as humans are created from an energy source. Whatever that source may be, it is you, and just own that. That is what's so true about everything in life. You can get absolutely everything because life is at your fingertips. We are all energetically aligned, and in order for you to attract that right partner into your life, I'm going to give you the key principles in this video. It's so incredible to see and to hear stories of my clients manifesting love into their lives. And really the reason of why I'm here and what I do for a living is so true. The reason it speaks volumes to me is because I see it so much, and it's so overwhelming sometimes. The amount of work that my clients put in to manifest the love of their life is so significant that it is blessed with the outcome, and that is by finding your partner and attracting that partner into your life. The reason why it speaks volumes to me is because I manifested my ideal partner in my life. I mean, to the books. It's actually pretty intense, and hopefully one day I'll be able to share that with you. So I want to talk to you women and men that are wanting to manifest in love into their lives, and I wanted to give you really a step-by-step process on how to do this, because I think it's so beautiful that you can create the desired outcome of whatever you want in your life. It's so crazy to think that you can get everything that you want in your life, right? But yet we as humans are so comfortable to experiencing the not so goods of our life, because that's how we're trained. You know, when we grow up, we're trained in our ego mind of we're not good enough, or maybe a teacher said something to us that we weren't good enough, or maybe an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend hurt us to the point that we can never trust again, we can never love again. And then we start believing all of these thoughts that there's no good woman out there, there's no good men out there, because in turn that's just the easiest way. That's the blanket answer. That's the way that you put the band-aid on the surface in order for it to be covered. But manifestation and manifesting love means that you have to uncover the band-aid. You have to go under what's deep underneath there, under the root, and change your subconscious beliefs, change your feelings towards a situation and everything. That's why I created my Soulful Love, Soulful Life workshop that is also called 6 Weeks to Attract a Man Now. And it's all about uncovering that band-aid, taking that band-aid off that wound and digging into that wound and cleaning that wound out in order to cultivate a healthy relationship and manifest love. So what I'm talking about here is, let's just say that you have done that and you want to manifest love. These are the steps that you are going to take in order to do so. Number one, start by loving yourself. And this means love every ounce of who you are. If you're 5 pounds, if you think you're 5 pounds overweight, 30 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight, if you think your teeth are crooked, if you think that your hair is damaged, whatever the case may be, if you're not tall enough as a man, or whatever it is that your limiting beliefs have to distract you of being your highest self and being your higher power, it's now time to get rid of those. And I'm going to train you through this process on how to get rid of those. But also understand that loving yourself sets the tone for everything in your life. Everything in life is magnetic when it comes to energy. So in order for you to be energetically aligned with the outcome, with the source of love. You have to connect to love, and love has to come from within, because if it comes from within, then it's going to embrace everything around you, which is magnetic, and the energy just comes back to you. So any self-limiting beliefs that you have, all of it's going to do is come back to you. But start understanding that you are perfect the way that you are. There's no such thing as perfect. Stop comparing yourself. Stop doing those things to idolize other people. Instead, start enjoying who you are right now. So by doing that, I want to give you some practices of things that you can do to help you with tip number 1 about loving yourself. One is write down and journal out some things about you. Have that self-dialogue, inner talk about yourself of how much you love yourself. What are your good qualities? I'm a great cooker. I'm passionate. I'm beautiful. I love my legs. I love my fingers. I love everything. I love my eyes. I love my hair. I love how I authenticate myself. I love how I speak to people. I love how I can listen deeply to my friends, my family. I mean, you can go on. There is something in you that you love about yourself, and name as many things as you can early on in the morning, because this helps you create that energy, helps you create that space to more loving you. Another way that you can love yourself is, a lot of people think that hiring a coach is maybe so weird to them, or maybe so out of the normal to them because they've never done it before. But I always say this: if you've never done it before, why not try it? Because if something hasn't been working for you that you're doing in the past, there's a reason for it. I know one of my biggest things is I hired a coach early on into my self-development stage, and I was in self-development stage for maybe like 3-4 years, and had this negative self-talk of hiring a coach, and I never did until like 3 or 4 years later. And I remember once I did, the effects that coach had on me, bless her heart, made me a changed woman. And because of that, I am who I am now and where I am now. And sometimes you need that outside source that has no attachment to you to lead you in the direction, to lead you in the path that you want to be in, because that's what we do, and that's what we're here to do. Now, I'm not saying hire me as a coach. I'm not saying any of that. But all I'm saying is, when you find someone that you know is energetically aligned to you and you feel that connection, reach out to them and hire a coach, because guess what? Typically the coaches know what to do, how to give you the guidance, and what tools you need to either move forward. Tip 2 is write down everything that you want in the relationship, meaning like how you want to feel. A lot of people in my practice, when I do this in my workshop, they think, okay, I'm going to write down what I want from my ideal relationship. Okay, great. So you want to be secure. You want to be held in a place where you're respected. You want to be authentic in your relationship. You want your partner to be truthful to his word. You want him to be vulnerable. You want him to be open. Well, then that means that you have to be this in your life too. And we tend to forget this. So for example, let's just say that you want to have a partner that's vulnerable, but there's ways in your life that you can be showing up vulnerable as a person. Let's just say that you can have these vulnerable conversations with yourself and with other people of telling your story. Or let's just say that you can be more vulnerable with accepting who you are right now and asking for a change, asking for a difference, or self-development, looking into self-development for yourself. How can you show up in ways to be more vulnerable? A lot of times people get deflected off of what their desires are, but they don't understand if they're asking for the desire to the universe, they have to show the universe that they are the desire that they're asking for in their partner, or else it's not going to come. So when you're in this process of creating, I know when I did this, I said, I want a loyal man. I want someone that I can have a spontaneous life with, someone that I can have a passion and pursue my career with, someone that is a family man, someone I can travel with, someone that I can be honest with, and someone that is loyal. And I remember there was a time in my life when I was manifesting, and I had to be honest. You know, that was my biggest thing, was honesty. And a lot of that had to come, like a lot of that came from my childhood past and my childhood behaviors, and what I had manifested into my life from my ancestors' life, which was honesty. I had a family member that in my life that he wasn't always honest, and I inbred that into my life, and I had to work on honesty. And I knew that if me being honest with myself, I wouldn't be getting that partner in return. So I had to match my energies to the universe. So meaning, whenever I went on a date and I talked to a man and he asked me what I was looking for, I told him I was looking for a relationship and I'm not looking to have fun. That was the hardest thing for me when I was dating, was to be honest with myself. But the more honest that I became with myself, the more closer I felt and energetically aligned to the partner that I was supposed to be with. And I'm going to talk about that as I go into the video of what I mean when I felt it. Tip number 3 is you have to feel it into existence. I'm going to talk about the way that I did this. Now, feeling it into existence means that you have to feel the outcome. You have to feel the desire. You have to feel the way that you want to feel. And a lot of times you might be stuck and say, how do I feel it if I don't have it? Well, this is where, remember that imaginary little friend that you probably had when you were a young adult or whatever it is, but we had imaginations as little kids, and we tend to lose track of that when we grow up because of what society has trained us with, and what obstacles we learn, the things that we go through in life diminishes. So this is where you have to come back and kind of be that childhood you. Sit in the moment, close your eyes, and feel what you want. Envision what you want. It could be through a meditation, it can be through journaling, whatever it is. I know I love meditation. I know you guys know that, but journaling helped me a lot in regards to feeling what I wanted. There was times where I would be down and I would still like sit in the corner in my room and just feel the desire of the man that I wanted to attract in my life. And especially after dating men that weren't aligned with me, and doubting that I was not making the right decision at that time and saying goodbye to a man that I wasn't aligned with, was really hard and difficult for me, because obviously, as some of you know or might be going through, you might be turning 30, 40, whatever the case may be, and you're not getting any younger, right? So we have this modern world throwing everything at us, saying you're getting older, you need to settle down. But in turn, you have this inner dialogue with yourself and you say the connection just wasn't there. I know it wasn't there. You're listening to your intuition, but yet battling something else in your head saying, why are you passing up? Why are you not giving this man the opportunity? When in turn, you know in the bottom of your heart, you know the way you want to feel. So just come back home, feel the way you want this relationship to feel, and be honest with yourself. Don't settle for a man that is not giving you exactly what you deserve. That is the truth, ladies. Tip number 4 was actually one of the hardest ones that I had to experience, and that was being aware and becoming you. So meaning being aware of you daily. So what this means is being aware of your actions, and self-awareness is huge in the spiritual process, in your self-awareness process, and also in manifestation when it comes to money, business, life, and love. Awareness is everything. So your awareness is the root of basically everything. Think of it like this. Awareness is the root, because if the awareness is the root, everything you're going to be able to open, it's going to blossom, and you're going to see through a clear lens. But if you aren't aware from the bottom, then you're not going to see everything else. So what I mean is by being aware is understanding that the universe is going to throw you fires, flames, everything that you can do, because she loves to test you. Because why? Because she wants you to grow. She wants you to be aware, and she wants you to manifest the shit out of love. And you might be thinking, well, if she wants me to manifest it, why is she throwing obstacles in my life? Well, it's because you're supposed to overcome these obstacles. You're supposed to learn these obstacles before you meet that person that is aligned for you. So think about this. Are you being that person that you've written down on that list that I talked about on number 2, or are you being completely opposite? I don't want you to put on the list of number 2 you, again, I don't want you to put, I want him to be tall, I want him to be handsome. I mean, those are qualities that you can put on there, but I don't want you to focus on that too much. I want you to focus on the feeling of what you have. That is the true manifestation power, is the feeling and becoming aware of those feelings. So it's a day-to-day process of becoming aware. So what are you doing every single day? Are you aligned with the values that you've written, number 2, and the values for you of who you want to be in the relationship? I know a lot of times I told myself, I don't want a man that goes out and parties until 2, 3, 4 in the morning. But yet there was times in my 20s that I would go out and party till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So I wasn't being authentic to myself, and I had to change that. And the more aware that you get and the more honest you get with yourself. And then secondly, when the universe starts throwing those flames and those lessons at you, you take them by the horn. And when I say this is, I'm going to use this example. Before I found my soulmate, I definitely was challenged by men. I mean, men that I probably had a soft spot for, thought were very good looking and said all the right things, did all the right things, but then there was something about them. Either they didn't stick to their word, they were afraid of commitment. I didn't feel like I could have open conversations with them. They didn't court me properly, whatever it is. Those men were thrown at me, but I was getting used to saying no, they weren't a right fit for me, and saying goodbye to them instead of dating them for months on end in order for me to just get my feelings hurt. And that was the universe testing me to see how far I came, and I grew. And it's funny because about 4 months later, my partner actually came to me after my last lesson, and I felt it. I knew that was my last lesson. It was the craziest experience. So step number 5 is letting go of this fear-based mentality. So what I mean by that is, letting go of fear-based mentality has a lot to do with, am I going to find the right person? Am I ever going to get married? Am I ever going to have children? All this worry, all this doubt, all this negative emotion needs to go out the door. When you start worrying, you come from a place of doubt. And when you doubt, it fills your energy with negativity. And then you're doubting yourself. So your energy is not going to be aligned. I noticed when I was in the place of doubt that I placed a lot of doubt focusing on worrying if I'm going to be in this relationship. It caused me to attract unavailable men. The minute I reframed my thoughts and I said, I am worth it, I am worthy, I am going to find this man, and I felt it into existence, I changed my behaviors, I became more aware, I changed my patterns, I changed my thoughts, I changed what I did, I lived, preached by what I wanted in my life. I found that partner. But the moment I let go of my doubts was the moment I stopped attracting unavailable men. Also, a thing I want to mention here is comparing yourself from others. You have to be aware enough to be cautious to not compare yourself with others, meaning a friend that has been married for 10 years and has kids. All of your friends might be married and say, well, they've been married, why can't I? Is there something wrong with me? That is comparing. Notice the ways that you're comparing yourself to other people, which is so important because, again, that is not energetically aligning for what you want to attract and cultivate into your relationship and to manifest love. That is actually putting up a blockage to have you stop manifesting love. A lot of people come to me and say, Apollonia, I'm doing everything to manifest love. I'm feeling it, I'm being it, I love myself, and I'm doing all the right things. But yet what they don't understand is they still have this lack in their life, meaning doubt of, is this relationship, am I ever going to be in a relationship? Am I ever going to have children? Am I ever going to get married? I'm 40 years old and I don't have a partner. I'm 30 years old and I don't have a partner. Everybody else is married but me. She's skinnier than I am. That's probably why she has a boyfriend. All of this stuff, this is all doubt. This is all fear-based mentalities, and you're comparing yourself. So the minute that you let go and you set yourself free is the minute that you energetically align and the energy comes back to you. Because when you start coming from a place of lack, you're going to start coming from a place of lack in all areas of your life, especially in love. And that's why I mentioned that I was attracting unavailable men, because I thought in my life that there was no good men out there anymore. Or I thought that I was worried too. So first I thought there was no good men out there anymore, and I attract unavailable men. But then I stopped, and then I had worry, and I still attracted unavailable men. And it took a lot of time for me to figure that out. So that's why I'm doing this video, because I hope that you can not go as long as I did to figure this stuff out, because it's so simple, but it takes work. And lastly, the The last tip is don't settle on anyone. This is so huge. I talk about this in a video on how to attract a high quality man, which I'm going to put up here in this information bar above. But here's the thing, women, is the fact that if a man is not showing up for you 100%, you need to walk away. There is no right and there's no wrong woman that is going to attract the right man. The difference between a high quality woman is the time that she spends with the wrong men. You don't want to give excuses to, oh, you know, I like him, so I'm just going to have him fill a void, or I'm going to just he's just entertaining me for now. You need to open up the space to have that man come in and wholly and only for you. Wholly you, meaning whole, W-H-O-L-E, wholly you. The whole you. Open up the space and don't fill it with a lack of for attention. I see so many women dating men that they're not really interested in, and it's because they're nice men and they lead them on just because, you know, they're scared to give them up because they're nice, but they just truly don't like them, but they're lonely and they're scared. And so instead of saying, no, I'm not ready, me and you are not meant to be together, instead of doing that, they lead these men on and the men end up getting hurt, and then you aren't cultivating a whole you to be whole. Instead, you need to say, this man's not for me, and be okay with being alone. That is the key. You have to be okay with being alone, and that comes with amount of self-worth and self-love. And deflecting back to what I said about the high quality woman is there's no woman in this world that doesn't attract the wrong guys. All of us attract the wrong guys at some point of our life, but it's about how we grow from them, when we detect the red flags, and how fast we get at saying goodbye to them instead of letting them in our space, letting them in our time, and really letting them into our bodies. That is huge. But before I leave, I want to just give you some tips about manifestation as well. And I want to be real with you when it comes to manifestation. This is a step-by-step process, and you have to understand this step-by-step process. And if you aren't great at manifesting, I encourage you to book a session with me, because this is something that I can walk you through your day-to-day activities, steps, because you have to become personally aware. But the tips that I want to leave you with is understand that manifestation is not a fast ride depending on where you are. The universe and the man above knows where you are and where you need to be. And depending on where you are in your life, it can't be a fast ride. It can be a year or 2 years from now. I know for me, it took me about a year and a half, is because the reason why it took me about a year and a half, and I know now looking back at it, is because I needed to prove my self-love to myself, my self-worth to myself, and I needed to feel that and know that. And that's why I'm saying that understand that it's not a fast ride, and the way you show up in your awareness can make it faster. So the more aware that you become, the more honest you become with yourself and put yourself first, those are the 3 key points, and love yourself, is the fact that you can speed up this process. You really can. Just understand that the lessons are going to be presented to you. Lessons are always going to be presented to you, and that's why I tell you your awareness is the root of everything. The universe is going to hand you bad lessons, and they're going to hand you good lessons, but it's about how you approach the bad lessons and what you take away from the bad lessons to make to good, and when you show up for the good lessons, how you make this enhance other people's lives around you. That is the key, because the universe is not about taking, it's about giving too. Forgiveness is key in the manifestation process. Understand that if you don't pass these lessons that the universe gives you, don't worry, sweetheart, because you're going to get another one, trust me. But forgive yourself. Don't hold on to all this grief. Don't hold on to, I should have never spoke to him, I should have never gave her the time, whatever it is. Don't hold on to the grief. You have to let that go. And lastly is be open to it. See, another thing I see so many women doing is they don't want to go on dating apps because they're ashamed. But let's be honest, ladies, this is the 21st century world of dating. You have to put yourself out there, and you have to work with the universe in order to do it. So, meaning don't stay home every single day if you want to find the man and not be on a dating app. You have to do the work in order for the work to show up for you. So get on those dating apps, ladies. Go out on those dates. Go have someone hook you up on a blind date. Go out to happy hour. Go bowling with friends. Do whatever activities that you want. Go skiing, go hiking, whatever it is. And actually smile at men. You have to make sure your aura is representing exactly what you want and you're open. Because if you're closed off to men, they're going to feel that energy. Men know when a woman is open. Trust me, it's all an energetic thing. And that's why we created men and women. We're all energetically aligned, just like women and women are and men are, depending on your relationship status, heterosexual or homosexual. It doesn't matter. Everybody is aligned. So it's so important for me to do this video, and I hoped you liked today's video, and I want to hear from you. What were the tips that you learned just watching this video, and where can you show up better? I want to hear you pronounce it now. Pronounce it and claim it to the universe. What are you going to do to show up for the better you in order to manifest love? Claim it down in the comments. I love to hear from you. And as always, if you like this video, press the like button and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'm so pleased that you joined me on this special video that I love so much, and it's so near and dear to my heart because I manifested this shit out of my love life, and I hope that you can do the same. And feel free to reach out to me if you need help in this process. And I'm also going to put a link about my Soulful Love, Soulful Life workshop that I actually get to the root of everything that you need to overcome in order to start your manifestation practice. I'll put that link in the description box below if you are interested. And as always, I will see you soon, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.